get set. Where them haters, where them hoes, where them throws, you know what I'm saying? Cecil.
Recently, I did a video where I was criticizing and, if not lampooning, the video that's going around where the argument is if we teach men and boys not to rape, then rape would stop. Basically, my problem is that it's not like we don't teach them not to rape. We don't encourage boys and men to rape. We tell them that it's wrong. I told my son it's wrong, and if any young boy would ask me, I would tell them that it's wrong. But I do like to hear both sides of an issue. And now I do have to admit, coming from the other side of this issue, there are a couple of points. Like, and this is stuff I thought 2 years ago, I just wasn't bold enough to say it. It's two things. Some of the anti-rape advice is just plain disgusting. And some of the other anti-rape advice and attitudes is just plain psychotic. It's like the type of people who, in the martial arts, who have the Master Ken response to their one-step sparring, attack the head, attack the groin, stomp the foot, break the knee, break the elbow, re-stomp the groin, rip out the throat, put the throat back in, rip out the eyes, take the ear off, put the eye where the ear was and the ear where the eye was, and stomp the groin again. You'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. First, I'm going to give you a blatant example of the disgusting.
Should pee or puke on demand to avoid getting raped. Not making this up. Ladies, if you're faced by an attacker, experts say just pee your pants. Or vomit all over. Everybody relax, it's just oatmeal.
Can you really do that on command? I thought those were involuntary body functions. Can you really do that on command? Can you really make yourself do that? I guess if you've had a lot of water that day or your stomach's already full, I guess you could do that. I've never heard of anybody really doing that. Do people really do that? It just sounds like a disgusting. It's bad enough the situation itself is disgusting, but that does sound like bad advice to me. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Please correct me. Put the comments below. And now I'm going to take you over to the psychotic response.
Protect yourself the old American way.
Excuse me, do you have the time?
No, I don't have the time for rape.
Honestly, I hate to say it, but that's what I think of when I hear people when they talk about how they don't want to learn how to defend themselves empty-handed because they just go, if anybody bothers me, I just shoot them. Something like that plays in my mind. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I swear, it's like, I think some of you, if the mailman came to deliver the mail late, you just... But that's just psychotic. That's making people feel like any perceived threat warrants bullets. Now, like I said in a couple of videos I made recently, if it's 2 o'clock in the morning and you're running up on me out of the pitch black and you're not running up with $1 million in your hand, you're actually trying to attack me, you get what you get. I like how she did that little thing with the guy just opening the door. Because sometimes, we got to admit, with the rape prevention thing, we can get a little psychotic with it. And now this next thing I'm going to show, I have to ante up, man. I'm guilty of this myself, and you're going to see what I'm talking about.
We've been conditioned our whole lives to not get raped. My dad put me in martial arts. My mom gives me knives and pepper spray, and despite the fact that I like that stuff, it's mostly for anti-rape.
Yeah, I really shouldn't be talking about anybody putting their daughters in martial arts classes when that's me in the advertisement being thrown by, how old was she, about 13, 14 years old at the time?
Where them hoes, where them throws, you know what I'm saying? Cecil, where your Taekwondo, Cecil, where your Taekwondo, training in judo.
Actually, she might have been, I have to ask you, she might have been 12. So that's me, a grown man, letting himself be thrown around by a 12-year-old because I don't want nothing to happen to my precious baby girl. I guess I just can't help myself. I think there's a reasonable medium. Those who are pro Teach Men Not to Rape PSA, if you can admit that there are steps that we all can take in our lives to reduce our chances of being victims of crime, then those of us who are against the same PSA can admit that we should still do what we can to discourage men from raping women and to stop teaching people psychotic advice.